Let's go ahead and get her cracking here. We're going to start it right here. All right, guys, what's going down, man? This is your boy, DJ Just J with Just T, your humble host of The Subtle You Dig. Guys, what's going down, man? Today is Thursday, August the 2nd. We are so close. We are so close to my birthday. I can't wait, man. So shout out to all my Leos out there. Everybody, if you're not a Leo, if you had a birthday that's already passed, cool. Shout out to you. If you got a birthday coming up, then shout out to you, right? But my birthday is going to be next Friday, next weekend, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I'm hoping to be able to get a show done. So if I could do that, then I can make all my birthday wishes come true to be live with you guys, right? So if you guys want to show some support for the show, then what I need you guys to do is use the freest and easiest method is to let it circle around a little bit. Boom, hit that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything, but it shows us a lot of support for the show. If my moderators would from time to time, please make sure that based on how many people we have watching, that people are hitting that thumbs up. Just remind them from time to time, and that'll be awesome for me. If you guys want to contribute to the show in a monetary form, then we have a couple of means that you can do that. Refresh, Kurt Dog. If you can hear me, Kurt Dog, refresh. Can you guys still hear me? If you guys can still hear me, let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat or say, yes, we can hear you, Jay. Because I turned my Wi-Fi off on my phone, so I'm watching it from my phone's internet. Refresh, Kurt Dog. If you can hear me, Kurt Dog. Oh, yeah. The stream is still live. Never mind, it's back on. All right, Kurt Dog. It's okay, man. It's quite all right. I got you, big dog. I got you. Let me make sure I can read this one. Shout out to my sister Megan. Megan, who's in the chat, sent some love through. Thank you very much. So, Megan, thank you very much, man. That's a dope way to start the show, man. So, here we go. Let's start it and cut it, and we'll start right here. All right, guys, I'd like to welcome you guys to the show. This is your host of the evening, DJJustJayOK. And what I want to do is I want to illustrate a story that I recently saw that was sent to me in the news. And what I want to do is I want to point out some things. There's quite a few things that I want to point out in this story that I thought was very interesting. There's a lot of elements to the story. And one of the things that we cover first here at the Subtle You Dig is that we are advocates for children first. Hashtag children first advocacy. Or have I said it? Let me make sure. Children advocates first. Hashtag children advocates first. So thank you, Megan, for reminding me about that hashtag, because sometimes, I tend to forget how we say it. But advocacy for children first is what we do here. So what we have going on is we have a family here in the state of Texas in a city called Houston. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Houston, if you've ever been there, but Houston has a very, very colorful background, not only for the weather, not only for the atmosphere and the food. It's a very nice place. But on top of that, you also have some people in the community where there's some interesting stories that come out. Well, this one wasn't broadcast on national TV or anything like that, but we're going to broadcast it here on the Subtle You Dig. Okay? So what happened was there was a Houston mother that claims that she pulled out a realistic BB gun during a 13-year-old daughter's fight because the other girl's 14 family members had knives and she feared for their safety. Y'all make sure and subscribe also to United Guns of America. I see him in the building. I see you. So what I want you guys to do is, as you guys listen to this story, I want you guys to point out all of the things that you guys hear that are wrong in this story, okay? Now, there's a video circulating showing a woman named Sade, and her name is spelled extremely weird. Matter of fact, let me go over here and show you guys how it's actually spelled, because I know that's not the right spelling. Her name is spelled Chade. It looks like Chade. If you took the E off, it'd be Chad. So if you put the E on it, then that actually makes that A into a longer vowel sound. So Chade. But it's actually pronounced probably as Sade. Lockett. Lockett is her last name. Okay? So that is the person in question in this story. All right? Now, there's a video that circulates that's showing Sade Lockett with what appears to be a handgun pointing at the McIntyre family during the fight last Sunday in Houston, Texas, my home state. She said, I went back to the car to get a BB gun when I saw they had knives. It was either the crowbar or a BB gun, she explained. We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. All right. Footage does show a woman holding what appears to be a knife, which you guys can actually see that from the screenshots that we have here because there was only a couple. So the fight was said to have started over a Snapchat beef. That's what this entire thing started over, a Snapchat beef, and actually took place at another location before arriving at the scene on the video. The McIntyre family feels that Sade Lockett should not have pulled out the weapon, and they filed a police report with the Houston Police Department. Okay? So, I did reach out to the Houston Police Department, so hopefully I'll be able to get some more detailed answers about what's actually going on with this story, because it had me very curious. Okay? Because you guys know, seen plenty of stories where... How many stories can you guys think of where a black man was shot down in the street by the police because they thought he had a gun and he ended up being unarmed altogether? I know one story I can think of. How about Stephon Clark? Because you guys know that I had a whole lot to say about his brother and his antics, which was Stevante Clark. So I'll bring that story up. But my whole point is that they thought he had a gun, and it just so happened that he had a cell phone. Do you guys get the irony in this? They thought his cell phone was a gun. He's dead. There was other men where they thought that they had guns and ended up having nothing. They're dead. But here you are, is you have somebody that goes and gets a realistic replica of a gun. It's not orange. It doesn't have an orange tip on it. It doesn't look like it's a toy at all. Let alone that, I want you guys to also think about this while we're still on the Tamir Rice. Thank you very much. But I want you guys to think about this. If she has an all-black gun, all black parts, it does not look like a toy. Where did she purchase this gun from? Because you guys know, since we were kids, a lot of us that are close to my age, if you were an 80s baby, this is when they started making the push where you couldn't have realistic looking weapons, right or wrong. Some of you guys, if y'all were born in the 80s, y'all should be familiar with this. Maybe some of you, if you were born in the early 90s, might remember this also. There was a big push after the 70s where they came out with shotguns, they came out with machine guns, they came out with handguns that looked very, very realistic. And they said, you know what? They were used in robberies and stuff like that. Like, you know what? We can't tell the difference in these things. So what we're going to do is we're going to ban them, and we need to make sure that we can differentiate between what's a real gun and what is not. So they made it illegal for them to be able to sell guns. So there were a lot of toy companies that ended up having to either change what they were doing or just end up going out of business altogether. All right. So that's point number one about this. So where did you buy this so-called toy for your kid at? Number two, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's the thing to go buy your, little boys guns and stuff like that to play with. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But number three, She didn't say it was like a dart gun. She didn't say anything like that. She said it was a BB gun. So my next question is, they said Florida still sells pellet guns without orange tips. Huh. Interesting. They're not supposed to be able to. But how about this? How many of you guys out there would buy your kid an actual BB gun? They said BB guns are out of Walmart. Do they have Big Five in Texas? I'm not sure what Big Five is. I'm not sure what that is. I wouldn't buy my kids a damn BB gun. That's an actual, if it's a real BB gun, if we take her word for it, then that means it has those little pressurized capsules that you can buy. You twist them, they release the pressure whenever you shoot, so they're shooting real projectiles out of it. So depending on what age her kid is, why would she have her kid with a BB gun? An actual BB gun. But we'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to it because I've talked a lot about that. Let's keep going. So a Texas mother pulled out a BB gun during a fight between her teenage daughter and another girl because she claimed that the girl's family brought knives with them. So there's a video circulating showing Sade Lockett with what appears to be a handgun pointing at the McIntyre family as the girls duked it out last Sunday in Houston, Texas. CO2 cartridges, thank you. How many of you guys would give your kids little metal balls or little metal pellets and CO2 cartridges if this is a real BB gun? We'll come back to that. So, what was she thinking with the gun, said Tracy McIntyre, who filmed the video and is the 15-year-old girl's grandmother. Okay? Now, Lockett looks to point the gun at the McIntyre at McIntyre's daughter, who was also at the scene, and claims to have been trying to break up the fight. McIntyre's daughter runs from close proximity of the fight as Lockett repeatedly looks as if she's hitting her daughter's opponent in the effort to break up the fight as well. But Lockett was quick to assert that not only was she using a BB gun But Lockett was quick to assert that not only was she using a BB gun and not a real one, as was insinuated, but she also claims that the video doesn't provide the entire picture as to what happened. She said, "I went back to the car to get the BB gun when I noticed that they had knives. It was either the crowbar or the BB gun. I chose the BB gun. It looked realistic. It was 15 of them and 2 of us," Lockett explained to KPRC. Shit. Let's keep going. The fight was said to have started over a Snapchat beef and actually took place at another location before arriving at the scene on video. So the video does show a woman holding what appears to be a knife, and you guys can see that from the screenshot. McIntyre claimed that Lockett hit her granddaughter with the gun in the face while the fighting was happening. They quote, kids understand that, kids, I understand they are going to fight, but but I want justice for the mother for what she did to my granddaughter," McIntyre added. So Aunt Venetia Jones, whose name is spelled Veneisha, Venetia Jones, also shared with ABC 13, she pulled a gun out on us. We were frightened for our lives. My niece was basically out there getting harmed by an adult. She's 15. The girl is 13. They're both teens. They fight and get into it. That's what teens do. She said, that's what teens do. But the mom, she has no reason to put her hands on her or anything like that. Please put a pin in that. We're going to definitely come back to that point. All right. Now, Lockett, who was on video, does not appear to hit the girl with her gun. shared that she was trying to only break up the fight and was not attacking the teen. So she says, when I see knives, what are you going to do? I'm going to defend myself and my daughter, like it said. She added, I'm doing what a mother should do, which is protect your child. And y'all was trying to make it seem like I didn't do anything. The grandmother has filed a police report with the Houston Police Department, and the case has been handed to an investigator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this wild, ratchet video, and I'm going to let you guys make a judgment for yourself, and then I'm going to give you guys my opinion right after that. What's up, Big Logic? What's going on, man? So here we go. Here's my fair usage statement. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And sorry if I'm being a little long-winded. I have just a lot of thoughts about this, so I'm trying not to be too long. Here's the video. Let me know what you guys think.
There's two sides to every story, and I got a chance to hear both of them today. One family is claiming that when Sade Lockett showed up to this grassy area here, she had an intent to hurt someone. Lockett tells me that's not the case at all, and she was simply trying to protect her daughter. What started as a Snapchat argument between schoolmates ended with this rumble over the weekend. In the video, you can see two teen girls fighting while a woman appears to brandish a gun and threaten people to get back. I'm told this actually started at another location when Tiffany Washington and her family showed up to a home Sanicia Barnes was visiting to confront her. Barnes' mother, Sade Lockett, told her to secure herself inside and call the police. When she picked her up, she took her to Washington's home to see what the fuss was about. That's where the story is told differently.
She pulled the gun out on us, so we were fighting for our life. We couldn't do anything. My niece was basically out there getting harmed by an adult. You know, she's 15, the girl was 13. They're both teens. They do it. That's how teens do. But the mom, she had no reason to put her hands on her or anything like that.
Lockett says what she actually had was her son's toy gun, used only to scare everyone away from her daughter. She also says a group of adults from Washington's family came outside with knives, so she is the one who felt threatened.
Trying to make them seem like they the victim and I'm this just harsh person. No, I'm doing what a mother should do, which is protect their child. And y'all trying to make it seem like y'all didn't do anything.
Hey guys, I swear to God, I did not stop the video. That's the end of the video. It just happened to stop on her face. This is what we have right here. Do you guys see this? Look at that face. You know what? What's funny about this? That face actually tells more about this story than I could ever do in words. So for all the people that say that they don't like me to pause the video, they don't donate to the show. But shout out to the people that do. Everybody that does. Also shout out to... Oh, wait. We got one more donation that came through. Let me read that off really quick for you guys. But it seems like the people that don't contribute anything to the show complain more than the people that donate all the time. Just showing love as always, my brother. Be safe, do your thing. My guy Warren, thank you very much. Just showing love. SH Play in the building. SH, thank you very much. I seen you in the chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me share the show here. Now, this is what I'm going to point out about this story. What I'm going to do is for the people that don't like me to pause, I've already shown the video. Now we're going to show the video and I'm going to pause it a lot to talk about all the different things that I see in this video. Here we go.
There's two sides to every story, and I got a chance to hear both of them today. One family is claiming that when Sade Lockett showed...
And I want you guys to also watch this video again, and please tell me what's missing. I need you guys to tell me what key element do you guys see that's missing from this story, from this element, from these so-called families. What's missing? Watch it again.
Up to this grassy area here, she had an intent to hurt someone. Lockett tells me that's not the case at all, and she was simply trying to protect her daughter.
I want you guys to put on your 3D Soto Vision glasses. I want you guys to put on your Soto Vision glasses. I want you guys to look at this video again through Tommy's eyes, through what we've been trying to teach you guys and what Tommy's been teaching us for the longest time, and tell us what's missing that you never saw in this entire story. First of all females. Now, where they get this 14, 15 different people out there, I don't know, because sometimes a lot of these videos have that many people out there when fights are going on. But I see at least 4 women plus 1 holding the camera, which is 5.
What started as a Snapchat argument.
That's a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old out there fighting like they in WWE.
Between schoolmates ended with this rumble over the weekend.
Now, I want you to see something right there. I'll back that up just a little bit.
Snapchat argument between.
The woman in the black is the one that so-called ran and got the BB gun because she said that other people had knives and were standing around, and she feared for her life and she ran to the car and went and got a BB gun. Or does it look like she's sitting there watching the fight as it started and walked up on the two, and somebody else said, you know what? This is not right. This shouldn't be going on. And another little girl tried to walk up and break the fight up, and she said, no, you're not going to do that, and pulled out her pistol in her face. Watch it again.
Schoolmates ended with.
She's watching.
This rumble over.
She's watching, and it don't look like she's trying to break up anything. So that girl didn't even get within 10 feet. You see that? She didn't even get within 10 feet. And this grown woman pulled out a gun on a child. We are advocates for children first at the Soto You Dig. That's a child. These adults are the reason that these children are doing this. The mothers are the blame for this. She's trying to watch her daughter win. That is correct. Because women are naturally followers. They naturally are selfish. This is why men bring balance to women. And vice versa. That's why we need each other. That's why you shouldn't raise a community full of people that don't have fathers around. That look, Tony said, looks like more like not. Thank you, Tony. She wasn't. Matter of fact, even if she had her cell phone trying to record it, she didn't even let her get close enough to even get any good footage. Okay, let me see. Somebody said they were not adults, DJ. They were children. Right. So whose responsibility is it to make sure that children aren't fighting, make sure that children are doing what they're supposed to, making sure that children are inside the house and protected, as opposed to making sure that they get from one location to another to fight each other? Because you guys also have to remember from this story, they said that this is the second location. They left one location where it started. So it started off on Snapchat. Then it went from Snapchat to one location. They left that location and went to the location that you see on the screen now. So whose fault is that? Is that not the mothers perpetuating that? Or the parents? Or the grandmothers in this case? Let's keep going.
For the weekend.
You see how she held that thing in her face? Now you tell me that she shouldn't get jail time for that. What if it were a man that did that to somebody else? A grown woman did that to a child. That is a child. I'm going to tell you guys that again. That person in the purple and orange shorts is a child that had a gun pointed in her face by a grown woman who's age 31, and her name is Sade Lockett.
The video, you can see two teen girls fighting while a woman appears to brandish a gun and threaten people to get back.
Now, to answer this question, maybe United Guns of America can tell you guys more about this portion of it. Does it even matter that it's a real gun? Because I personally don't think it is. Number one, even if it was a real BB gun, you are actually holding a weapon towards a child. That's already wrong. That should deem you jail time right there. Even a BB gun will do damage and kill someone. That is exactly correct. Number two, I think that whole BB gun stuff is bullshit. I think that's a real gun. There's no way that she bought her son a BB gun to play with and shoot what? Think about that. If you bought your kid a real BB gun, what is he going to shoot? She's not taking him to the gun range. She's not taking him and buying him targets to shoot on. I can guarantee you that. So what is a little boy supposed to do with a real BB gun with CO2 canisters and real projectiles in it? Those little plastic Nerf toys can put your eyes out. So I'm asking, yeah, soda cans can absolutely work, but come on, let's be realistic. What are the chances of that actually being the case? If there was a father in his life, maybe I could see the father trying to teach his son how to target practice in the backyard. But this is an apartment complex. Where are you going to safely launch projectiles in an apartment complex? Seriously. Inside, outside, where? If those things are coming out at high velocity, where are you going to point them at? What if they ricochet off of something else? Hit somebody's car, hit somebody else's window, hit another kid, anything. You damn sure can't shoot them in the house. We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to it.
I'm told this actually started at another location.
Y'all hear that? I'm going to rewind that part so y'all can hear that again.
When Tiffany Washington, I'm told this actually started at another location. Brandish a gun and threaten people to get back. I'm told this actually started at another location. To get back. I'm told this actually started at another location.
It started where?
People to get back. I'm told this actually started at another location.
Y'all hear that? So not only did they have an opportunity to stop the fight before, and they didn't, they chose to meet up at a second location and continue this bullshit. Listen again.
I'm told this actually started at another location.
Y'all hear that?
I'm told this actually started at another location. I'm told this actually started at another location. I'm told this actually started at another location.
Right? And that's after this whole Snapchat thing. So let's talk about the Snapchat beef. Can we talk about that for a moment? Real quick moment, and I'm going to let you guys go. DJ, not all of these BB guns take CO2. They sell realistic ones at Academy. Okay, well, do me a favor, Barbara. Like, how do they launch the pellets out of there, or the actual BBs out? Unless they're just like, I'm assuming like once it cocks the hammer back, maybe it's just popping them out of there if they're not using CO2 canisters. That's the only way I could think that they might be able to do that. But nonetheless, my point about it is just the fact that there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't buy kids BB guns, let alone having a place to actually shoot them and shoot them safely. But third of all, oh, okay, I got you. And third of all, The real most important point is the fact that she went and took this gun-looking thing and held it into a child's face, which I think was a real gun. How many times have you guys watched stories that Tommy has done, that I have done, where people have taken guns and actually ain't got no problem? Matter of fact, how about just women? Women taking guns and shooting people. Y'all remember that? If y'all don't remember this video, go back and look at that video at the gas station where that woman that had on a short dress, she was short, she had her braids pulled back, and she reached into her panties, and pulled out a gun and held it at a car and shot through the window. Y'all remember that story? It's definitely not past the woman to sit there and pull out a real gun in somebody else's face because she's mad about something. That's far from that's so far from an impossibility. That's definitely a possibility. An unimpossibility. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm going to use it today. It's definitely not impossible. Let's keep going.
Tiffany Washington and her family showed up to a home Sanicia Barnes was visiting to confront her.
See? So, she went to go visit the home of this person that she had an issue with. So she went from one location to the next over this so-called Snapchat beef. So let's think about this. I keep hearing about people getting shot on Instagram Live, getting shot on Facebook Live, fighting and beefing over Twitter. Somebody tweeted this about me, tweeted that about me, or whatever the case is. And people are getting shot, getting ran over by cars, dying over Snapchat. Over Snapchat. Hashtag Snapchat beef. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. That's why I believe that communication skills are very, very important. How you get your message across is also very important. And I believe that one of the things that these kids are not doing that you see in these situations is they don't have any communication skills. Hashtag no conflict resolution. Thank you. Thank you, Chris V. I like that. So you took the words right out of my mouth. They have no conflict resolution skills. The parents don't, the mothers don't, the kids don't, the grandmothers don't. Dog eat dog. So how is it that black women are supposed to be Mother Earth? They're supposed to be the backbone of the community. They're supposed to be the nurturers, and they take care of everybody else before they take care of themselves. Shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. How is that possible? But you continue to have these examples of their constant destruction of each other. There are no men here. There's not a boy here. There is not a man. There is not a cousin. There's not a homeboy. Nothing but women around here. When you listen to this entire story, when I read it, they said it was nothing but women.
Barnes' mother, Shade Lockett, told her to secure herself inside and call
In the video, nothing but women.
the police. When she picked her up, she took her to Washington home to see what the fuss was about.
She took her there to fight.
That's where the story is told differently.
She pulled the gun out on us, so we were fighting for our life. We couldn't do anything. My niece was basically out there getting harmed by an adult.
First of all, that's a kid. How many of you guys recognize that this person on my right-hand side that's interviewing for the camera is a kid? She barely looks older than my daughter. Barely. I can almost guarantee you I'm old enough to be her father. Y'all look at this. Y'all look at her and tell me that that's not a kid. So my next question is why is a kid doing an interview giving an account of a crime that is being committed? Why is she the one that is the representative on camera? Like, where in God's green earth are the parents? Where is the mother and the father at? There is no way in hell I would ever let my daughter do an interview, not only about some bullcrap, but out here trying to give a legal account as to what happened about something that should have never happened from the jump. It is just like, we don't understand how stupid. How old do y'all think that girl is? I think she's about 13 or 14. I think it's real dumb. The fact that you don't see anything wrong with beefing on Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, there's nothing wrong with that. Number two, there's nothing wrong with the fact that they already got into it in person somewhere else. Number three, you don't see nothing wrong with the fact that the mother went and picked her kid up and took her over here to this location to quote unquote see what the problem is. Number four, she doesn't see anything wrong with the fact that you're going to just sit there and let them fight. Number five, she went and got a weapon and aimed it into a child's face. That girl is not 18. That girl is not 18. Not even close. That's a baby. That's a baby. That girl can't be any older than 13. What you guys have to understand is how she's carrying herself and how she's talking about this stuff is because this is how they were bred. They talk like this every day, and then such and such and such and such. This is how they were taught because they were taught from their mothers. They learned this at birth. You guys think I'm lying? Go and look up all the videos of these mothers recording their kids talking crazy, sashaying, and all of this crazy stuff. There's plenty of videos out there that you guys can go and watch where these kids at age 1, age 2, age 3, cussing and fussing and arguing with folks and have no grasp of the English language. Remember what I said. We're always talking about the mentality. We're going to expose the mentality. There's no way that a girl, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you guys like this. If a camera person was to walk up on my daughter and ask my daughter to speak, guess what my daughter's doing? Looking for me or her mama. My daughter's not going, you never. When you raise a kid with morals and respect, kids are going to stay in a kid's place. Kids are never going to sit there and interact with an adult in an adult situation when you raise them correctly. They understand a kid's place is a kid's place for a reason. It is for their protection. When you raise your kids with the correct mindset, then they understand when they are putting themselves in dangerous positions. This is very dangerous for this young girl to have her face on live TV, number one. Number two, to be giving an account of a story that is your own personal account, which could then in turn continue to perpetuate a quote unquote Snapchat beef. Do you guys get where I'm coming from? This is a kid on camera using the news now to go bigger and further and larger than Snapchat. Now you are accessing everybody in your city, everybody in your state, and everybody else in the United States of America that has access to this crazy ass news. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Does anybody else think that I'm wrong about this? Arlene said, I'm booking on assault with a weapon. Let's let the whatever that says, decide to do what they want with the smoking gun video. I 100% agree with you. I don't mind you guys disagreeing. What I want to hear is if you want to disagree with what I've said about this story as of this point, just tell me where your disagreement is. And maybe I can clarify where my point is. I don't know if very many of you guys are parents or not, and you don't have to. If you were a parent, would you let your 12-year-old, your 13-year-old, your 14-year-old, your 15-year-old fight, beef over Snapchat, take them from this location to that location to confront another kid, and then let them on camera to talk about it to the news, and God knows who they're going to show that to? What's up, Chucky? Listen to what she finishes by saying.
No, she's 15, the girl was 13. They're both teens. They fight, they get into it. That's how teens do.
I'm going to rewind that part because I want y'all to hear what she said.
My niece was basically out there getting harmed by an adult. You know, she's 15, the girl was 13. They're both teens. They fight, they get into it. That's how teens do. You know, she's 15, the girl was 13. They're both teens. They fight, they get into it. That's how teens do. The girl was 13. They're both teens. They fight, they get into it. That's how teens do.
If you guys see anything wrong with what she said, let me know in the chat. You guys have all of the responsibility right now that if you guys want to point this in a different direction, please tell me. Thank you, Phoebe, for saying that. She said, think of all the people that have impure thoughts. I'm going to say that word. I'm not going to say the other word. Drooling while they watch this little girl on TV. That is 100% correct. It's irresponsible. Rick, you donated. Okay, I got you. I'm going to read it here in just a second, big bro. Thank you. Listen to what she said. That's how teens do.
Getting harmed by an adult. You know, she's 15, the girl was 13. They're both teens. They fight, they get into it. That's how teens do.
That's how teens do where? In Houston? Where? In the hood? You mean where all the crime is going on? You mean to tell me where the downtrodden communities are? You mean to tell me where the lowest amount of educated people are? You mean to tell me where folks are willing to spend more money on their hair care products than they are in their education and their future and have life insurance? You mean that type of place? That's what they do? Those type of people? Interesting. She sounds like a 20-year-old. No, she sounds like a typical 20-year-old black woman. This is a child that is used to being around these type of people.
Out there getting harmed by an adult. You know, she's 15, the girl was 13. They're both teens. They fight, they get into it. That's how teens do.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. When I was her age, when I was in middle school, that wasn't how teens did. Maybe the boys fought. I don't remember girls sitting there fighting like that. I don't remember girls fighting like that. That was not normal, nor was it acceptable. I don't know, man.
But the mom, she had no reason to put her hands on her or anything like that.
The mom had no reason to put her hands on her like that. Right. And that's your responsibility as a kid to tell the adult that the adult did something wrong. To the news people. Right? It's just so much I see that's wrong with this story. And on top of that, you notice that the women, the mothers, the protectors, the leaders of the community, the ones that are the head of the household, don't have any more sense than the kids do. Have you guys started to see that? You guys figured that out? Where the kids are pointing out how jacked up the adults are, and the adults are trying to point out how jacked up the kids are, and in turn, they end up fighting with each other. Like, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to real men and fathers, like, it's not a power struggle. It's not a control thing. I'm not going to come into a situation where I'm going to sit and beg and plead with a kid. I'm not going to beg and plead with my own kid. The type of rules that I was raised under is what daddy says goes. If mama wasn't sure, she came to dad, the head of the household. So when it comes to me, there isn't this democracy of you get to have your say and tell me what you know. What I say goes, period. It's not an argument. It's not gonna be any beatings behind it, no whoopings, spankings, nothing like that. I've raised my daughter to have a level of respect and reverence for her father. The fact that we have open communication, you'll notice that I'll talk about this a lot. We need to improve upon our communication skills. In the black community, we communicate terribly with each other. We don't know how to be nice to each other. We don't know how to be civil to each other. And we damn sure don't know how to utilize the English language properly to each other to be able to use words and phrases and statements in their proper context so that we can get across a proper idea. That's a problem. Because you notice that when you guys are in relationships, and I just told, somebody this recently about their failed relationship. The breakdown in relationships is usually based on communication. The breakdown in most relationships is communication. If you are not communicating, then you have no understanding. You have nothing. There's no basis. If I have a problem with somebody, that's generally why I say you can communicate. Give you an example, like my chat. If somebody has a problem with what I'm doing and what I'm saying, and they say that what I'm saying about this situation is wrong, then you can say it in the chat. I don't think anybody's got blocked or timed out that has something to say about this topic. Can you guys agree to that? My moderators over here ain't got to do no hard work. All they got to do is just speak on what they see and what they think. It's a stress-free environment, and I love that. I don't want to discourage you guys from wanting to talk, but what I want to do is I want to encourage you to have productive conversations. Because there is nothing productive about having a beef on Snapchat and then turn around and wanting to go see somebody in person over it. Maybe you should have got the resolution before you left Snapchat. Just throwing it out there.
Lockett says what she actually had was her son's toy gun, used only to scare everyone away from her daughter. She also says a group of adults from Washington's family came outside with knives, so she is the one who felt threatened.
So imagine this. Let's go back to that.
She is the one who felt threatened.
So let's go back to that little knife part. So if this woman, as you guys saw, pulled out the gun pretty quick on that kid, it's so much wrong with this. It's like, I understand them having knives after you see that gun was brandished. But why would you take a knife to a gunfight? I don't know, man. Just never mind. Let's just watch the rest of the video.
One who felt threatened.
Trying to make them seem like they the victim and I'm this just harsh person. No, I'm doing what a mother should do, which is protect their child. And y'all trying to make it seem like y'all didn't do anything.
All right, let's talk about protecting the child. Let's talk about that. If you're trying to protect your child, where's the safest place for your child to be? Is it A, on Snapchat, arguing with people? B, taking them and driving them to the first location to fight? C, now you're at the second location and they're fighting again. And now you got all of these people around that want to stop this crap and want to defend their people, and their people want to defend their people. And now you got this whole big anarchy and chaos going on out here. Or option D, you can keep them out of stuff, raise them correctly, and keep them at home. I'm doing what any good mother would do. Well, how many good mothers out there? Are there any good mothers out there in the chat? How many of you good mothers would have grabbed your kid's toy BB gun and stuck it in another kid's face? How many of you guys, if you felt your child was in danger, would have taken a gun, period, and stuck it in a kid's face? With a lot of these situations, the only reason that these kids felt so comfortable with being able to go out there and fight and they just gonna get it in is because the parents don't give a damn. They don't care. All right? So what I encourage you guys to do is, for my ladies, continue to speak out against your